Long day at work. Finally got to my car. And there's a backup of people carpool waiting for their kids. And if there's not enough signs for me to realize that I should not have taken this second job working after school, this is definitely one of them. So I work as an IA, which is an instructional assistant at a school for 4 different third grade teachers, which is more than what I did last year. You kind of do the same projects over and over and sharpen pencils and stuff, and it's not easy for somebody who has ADHD to do repetitive stuff over and over again. But that's not very many hours. I'm usually done with that around noon, and then I decided 3 times a week to do this after school care, to help as a child care leader. And I don't think I'll be doing it next year. I like the kids. Sometimes I like doing it, but with the amount of time I need to recover from my energy loss and my kids and all the stuff at home, it's just impossible. So, yeah, it's tough. Hey, so now I'm in front of my house. The line at school moved, so I thought I would take the opportunity to go home. Anyways, so I was talking about my job as an IA instructional assistant and a child care leader, and also a mom of special needs kids on the spectrum. And I gotta tell you, before I even had this school job, just doing that was a lot. And I started that like at 39 when not 39, 40, 41, because he was about almost 2. And it's been almost 8 years or so, and I'm getting older, and it's harder to have the energy to do all the stuff, to be the main parental unit, to do all that kind of stuff. And my executive functioning is just not great lately. And I feel like ever since COVID, it's been what I call like a lot of hokey pokey style colds. There used to be a time when you would get a cold, you'd get sick, you'd feel miserable, you'd deal with it for a day or 2 or 3 at most, and then you'd be done. Now it's like this like slow weakness and slow sniffles and a tickle in the throat, and maybe you're sick here and maybe you're sick there, and you're dealing with that between 2 adults and 2 kids, so 4 people total. And when we came back from our trip, from spring break, my husband had a bit of a cough. It's weird for him because it always only registers one way. Like, it's not like he had sniffles and sneezing and cough and like 5 other things. He just had the cough. So that's, a thing. And then for my son, he's just kind of been back and forth, and now my daughter back and forth. Like, she was great yesterday, and today, this morning, she had to stay home from school. And I've just been wearing a mask at school. I literally put all my medications in a bag. I take way too many things. Between the allergy medication and allergy spray and the Prozac that I sometimes take in the morning or at night, depending on when I want to, and the Halls for the cold stuff, which is not really medication, but they're throat lozenges. Then there's like, am I doing vitamin D3? Am I doing the B6? Am I doing omega-3? And if I want to do the dose I need, I have to do them like 2-3 times a day. And I'm a person who, like, if it's not something specifically regimented, like my allergy pills, I start to forget. Being regimented with ADHD is very hard. And it's not just because of one thing, it's because of you keep adding more and more things. The more stuff you add to take, it makes you crazy. At least for me. It's like, oh, you gotta take this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And you gotta split that like 3-4 times a day. And and figure out what's the best time to take this and what's the best time to take that. And it's like, and then you have stomach issues, because I do have stomach issues. I have IBS, and like I'm trying to eat better, but certain things probably still affect that, and stress affects that. And it's like, it's just like a churning machine that like I either take everything off the table and slowly introduce everything back in, or I just get stressed and like forget things to take, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. So I had put everything in a bag and then I just forgot it at home, because that's me subconsciously saying, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. Like, I already have my purse and I already have my bag for food for the school, for me to have my lunch and my breakfast or whatever, and then I might have another bag, and it's like, how many bags am I going to carry? So anyway, so I'm looking to kind of do a little less next semester for work. Talk to my husband about that. My kids will be at the same school, so hopefully that'll help. I keep thinking in the back of my head, like, I don't know if I'm going to need to change schools. Like, would it be better to work at my kid's school? Would it not? Isn't it good to have your own space? And I'm starting to think that I would want to have Tuesdays and Thursdays off for myself, because living in a world where you have to be on all the time, 24/7, is just, sorry, don't want to do it. And I'm not saying I wouldn't still be doing stuff. I'm still a parent and I still have to do stuff. But like, if I could have a day off from something, or two, that would be great. So yeah, we've just been going back and forth with like, are we sick? Are we not sick? I'm kind of stuffy, kind of have a throat thing, but it's not really a full sore throat, and I'm not really coughing, but I always have congestion and sometimes a headache, and I feel slow and tired, and that kind of bookends my period usually anyways, because even if I don't feel sick, I have like a tired before period and a tired after period, and a moody, depressed feeling before and after that bookends. So it just takes me a long time to feel like a person, and it doesn't last for very long. So yeah. Anyways, so I'm hoping everyone gets better. Some of you up there might be similar, where you just like tend to get colds a lot, or tend to have high stress, or tend to feel like your body just gets weak at certain times of your cycle, or I don't know if it's connected to just being a highly sensitive person. It's just, I tend to feel like I'm just in a rotating door of colds and stuff. And yeah, I work with kids, but some people are more compromised than others, I think. So yeah, if you're like me, feel better, because sometimes we just feel like we have a cold or a sickness or a weakness every month all the time. And just tell yourself, like I tell myself, there'll be a day or so when you feel better, when you feel on the other side of it, and give yourself a big hug for that. You'll get there. All right. Bye.